What's going on, team? Ray here, and I'm back with another video to break down every spread on the board for week 2 of the NFL season. Now, week 1 wasn't the best for us, 6-9 on the video last week. Ouch, that sucks. A few that I did end up changing as we got close to the game time, but what I put out is what I put out, so we're just going to have to grin and bear it. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn on those notification bells, and hit up all of my social medias. Bet with Ray on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get with it, guys. Heaps of free content going out on those. So let's get straight into it. And Thursday night this week, we have the Chargers at the Jets. The Chargers at the Chiefs, rather. The Chiefs -4. And that's the way I'm leaning here. The Chargers, sure, they looked alright. No Keenan Allen this week. JC Jackson, still unlikely. Austin Eckler barely got 50% of the snap count, so a little concerning there. Chiefs looked absolutely terrific. They're going to be in a revenge spot against the Chargers, who managed to get their number last season. Look, it's the Chiefs' time. They got a lot of criticism with the Tyreek Hill move. Week 1, they definitely didn't need him. Travis Kelce was a beast, so I'm going to take the Chiefs minus the 4 points. Getting on to Sunday, and we have the Dolphins at the Ravens. Now, the Ravens won against the Jets. You look at how that game played out, and the Ravens were horrific. Dolphins played well. I don't mind what they did in attack. Their defense, very, very solid. So I'm going to be taking the Dolphins plus the 3.5 points here. Ravens didn't excite me at all. The run game wasn't that great. Lamar was passing the ball deep downfield. Really don't want to see him do this at all for the rest of the season. So give me the Dolphins plus the 3.5 points. Commanders at the Lions. Oh, this is a tough one to call. Give me the Lions minus the 2. The offense looks good. The defense is atrocious. But the offense looks good. I didn't mind what we saw from the Lions. So give me the Lions minus 2. Tough to break that one down because both teams are pretty bad. Colts at the Jaguars. And I'm going to take the Colts minus the 4 points here. I know the Jaguars have had the Colts number at home, but this is a revenge spot. I mean, the Colts are going to be wanting to get up for this game after the Jaguars knocked them out of the playoffs in the final week of the regular season last year. Colts didn't come out the strongest in that game on Sunday against the Texans, but that wasn't the best spot for them. Texans at home, that was probably one of their biggest games of the season up against the Colts, a team that they really wanted to beat. Now the Colts are going to be angry. They're extra angry for this Jaguars game. It makes sense for the way that the Colts played against the Texans that they were already looking forward to this game. They knew this was going to be the one to focus on. So give me the Colts minus the 4 points. Bucks at the Saints. This is always a great matchup. It's currently at +3, and at +3 I'll take the Saints. 2.5 I'm probably on the Bucks, but at +3 give me the Saints here. The Saints have had the Bucks number. Sure, they didn't look good at all against Atlanta. The run defense was atrocious. The run game in general was pretty bad outside of a few good Taysom Hill carries, but I didn't see a lot of good things from this Bucks offense either. If the Saints pass rush can get going, they can definitely trouble the Bucks offensive line, which puts Tom Brady under duress, which leads him to a poor game. Give me the Saints plus the points in what I expect to be a very close game here. Panthers at the Giants. Panthers managed to move the ball through the air, and wow, the Giants moved the ball on the ground. The Giants gave up yards through the air, and the Panthers gave up yards on the ground. So this is going to be a really fun matchup. I like the Giants minus the 2.5. I really like what Daboll's, the energy he's brought into this team, and I think he's going to get this team going places. So let me take the Giants minus the 2.5 on this one. Now we have the Patriots at the Steelers. This line keeps moving. A few injury worries. Obviously, TJ Watt's going to be out. You've got a questionable status over Najee Harris. And on the other side, Mac Jones is questionable. Look, the Steelers won, and I was on the Steelers. Watching that game, I really wish I wasn't on the Steelers. They got all the turnovers. Absolutely well done for them. If they got one less turnover, they lose that game. They get two less turnovers or three, they get blown out outright. So the Steelers definitely did not look good. Defense was solid. We knew the defense was going to be good. The offense was absolutely atrocious. They were just lucky Joe Burrow had one of the worst days he has ever had playing football in general. I would say probably since high school or earlier. Now we look at the Patriots. Patriots had a few drives that ended slightly premature, a few poor decisions coming up to the red zone, so they could have kept that game against the Dolphins a bit closer. Knew obviously playing up against that man coverage style scheme of the Dolphins wasn't going to be the best thing for the Patriots. Here against the Steelers, you know what, I like the Patriots minus the 2.5 points. I would have liked it better yesterday at -1, but as long as we're getting under the 3, I'll take the minus 2.5 here. I think the Steelers are just a wee bit too happy for the Patriots to be able to come in, and I think this has got upset written on it. Next up, we have the Falcons at the Rams. And again, the Falcons, they came away with a good win last week. A loss. They lost by a point, that's right, but they played well, very well in that game. The Rams got blown out by the Bills. Now, this is a get-right spot for the Rams, absolutely. Falcons are going to look to run the ball. They didn't really show much through the air at all. Mariota and Patterson were decent on the ground. The Rams tried to get the run game going, but they were just behind by so much that they had to air the ball out, and that's when Stafford made mistakes. I see them keeping the ball on the ground and just running through the Falcons. Give me the Rams minus the 10.5 here. I think they get right in a big way. Cardinals at the Raiders. This line's just got ridiculous. Sure, the Cardinals didn't look good last week, and the offensive weapons that they have aren't the best at all. But you're giving me the Cardinals +6? Yes, please. Absolutely. Take it. Definitely give me the Cardinals +6. I mean, I know I said the same thing against the Chiefs last week, but the Chiefs aren't the Raiders. Let's be serious here. So Cardinals plus the 6. I know they're still going to be missing a few players on the offense, but they can definitely keep this game a lot closer, especially after getting absolutely trounced by the Chiefs last week. The Raiders were in a close one. Not too sure if it was the Chargers not as good as I expected, or the Raiders a little better than I expected. I mean, I did think that game was going to go close, but it just lacked the excitement that I was hoping to see from it. But yeah, give me the Cardinals plus the 6 here. Alright, Seahawks at the 49ers. The Seahawks got the big upset win over the Broncos. A lot of people were on the Broncos in that game. 49ers got blown out by the Bears. A lot of people were on the 49ers in that game. I think the 49ers win this game, but I think the Seahawks cover the +10. I'm going to take the Seahawks plus the 10 here. Now, the Seahawks are on a 15-2 straight up record against the 49ers. That is absolutely insane. Definitely not something I want to be stepping in front of. I think they've won the last 4 straight as well. So, yeah, give me the Seahawks plus the 10 points, and let's try and get that backdoor cover. I still do think the 49ers are going to come away with the win. Alright, Bengals minus 7.5 at the Cowboys. Self-explanatory here. Dak Prescott's out. You got Cooper Rush coming in. As I was saying in the breakdown for that Steelers game, the Bengals were the team in that game. They dominated time of possession. I think by 17 minutes they had over the Steelers. They ran actually over double the amount of plays. They almost ran 20 more first downs than what the Steelers had. That's just ridiculous numbers. So we're actually getting a bargain on the -7.5 on the Bengals here. So I'd love to jump on some of them. Texans at the Broncos. Tough one to break down. At 10 points, I really think we could be looking at a 10-point game. This could go as a push. But give me the Texans plus the points here. I think the Broncos are going to look for a get-right spot, and they're going to come out firing. But this Texans offense is not atrocious, and they're going to score points this season. It's their defense that's going to let them down. So give me Texans plus the 10 for them to keep this game honest and keep it close. Bears at the Packers. I own your ass. I own you. Well, Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears is what he likes to say. So give me the Packers minus the 10. Sure, he didn't have the best game at all last week. Well, his receivers didn't have a good game. Was expected. Coming in the first game at home, Lambeau, and you're playing the Bears. Yeah, absolutely. Give me Aaron Rodgers all day there. Monday night games. We've got the Titans at the Bills. You'd be stupid to step in front of this Bills side right now. -10. Yeah, give me the Bills -10 every day of the week here. Titans didn't look good. They showed that they have very, very little in the passing game, so it's going to be all on the ground. And Derrick Henry, he was fine. He wasn't spectacular. The run defense of the Bills was very good. The defense in general for the Bills was very, very good last week against the Rams. So I see the Bills coming out to a very big early lead and then just walking away with this one. Give me the -10. And our final game on the Monday night, the Vikings at the Eagles. I'm a Vikings fan, so when I break this one down, absolutely I'm going to be biased. So give me the Eagles -1. The Vikings don't do very well at the Eagles in recent years. But the Eagles, I liked what I saw from the offense. The run game where they have the committee running backs, I think is going to work very well. Jalen Hurts was terrific hooking up with A.J. Brown. I just think we saw a bit more from the Eagles offense than we did from the Vikings offense. When it comes to the defense, Eagles defense wasn't spectacular, but once they get back home, I do expect them to pick it up a bit, and I expect the Vikings defense to regress slightly away from home as well. So give me the Eagles -1 and what could end up being a 3 to 4 point game. So that's it. That is my spread predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. As I was saying, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn that notification bell. We're going to be coming at you every single week of the NFL season. Poor week last week, but it's definitely time to get back in the green books. Let's go, guys.